So here we are, Riverside Park, Bromwich Parade. Let's get on our run. Yes. Hi.
I never heard that one.
It's Mr. Yeah, come with me, Mr. Ultraman. You are live on YouTube.
I saw them a mile away. Look at them.
I know, they're brand new. Only the second run so far.
They are very green.
Yes, well,
My word.
that's why they were cheap. You know, we always discount Don. That's why I always buy the cheap shoes. So
look cool
often
like
the brighter colours or garish colours are the cheapest. I mean, I did get a pair of orange gym shoes,
Right.
new off the block from Adidas.
Yep.
£100, so they're brand new models, but they were 50% off because they were orange.
You don't fancy
All the other colours were
right.
black.
Yeah, I've got some crazy multicoloured ones.
So how are you feeling after finishing here?
It was
30
really
miles.
It was really well. That was underwater, so we didn't do the last lap. I just cancelled my Garmin.
You have to do it again to do the whole distance.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were okay because it was a lot of walking, but obviously,
Yeah.
walking can be just as hard, can't it?
Yeah, exactly.
but just muddy underfoot the whole time, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got up the top end by the motorway this week, and yeah, I mean, I didn't get anywhere near Droitwich, but I thought, blimey, I was slipping and sliding. No trail shoes, so doesn't help. So big start to so this is your long run today.
Yep, I've got 26k. It is a bit weird, but I've been doing 50s out like throughout 50 kilometre weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm starting off a bit high.
So ticking over.
Yeah. My watch is about to shout into marathon pace, so which is this is good.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay
Oh, so you've got marathon pace sections.
Yeah, 14k I've done, and then we've got 6k now. The marathon.
Wow,
pace.
so you've been up since before sunrise, because I'm literally just on my 5th kilometre.
Right.
So I'm just going to go up and then head up the canal.
Right. I might join you on like that.
Yeah.
But this place is really good.
I'm glad they've cleared this up, because obviously, as you know, this was...
I did come out when this was like, what do they call it? Salt flame or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a nightmare that was.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous running on that, but not just because it's slippery, but you don't know what's in it.
For sure.
And,
well, I did the reindeer, you know, the personal plums.
Yeah.
Oh, Donato, I made a mistake. Like
Did you miss a turn?
No, it's like 11k, and I was about 10.5 in, and it was flooded.
Oh.
On there, and
oh.
Don't recommend it.
And you thought, let's go in.
Like here.
Yeah.
And I was freezing.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? A lady came out by the Diglis Hotel.
Yeah.
Wondering what the splashing was about. But yeah, won't be doing that again.
Wow. That's what I call determination.
Stupidity, I think.
Which race have you got in the spring then?
So it's Manchester again.
Yeah.
My family's in sales, so I might just get the metro.
Yeah.
And I'm there, so. Plus I've got a vendetta against Manchester because it didn't go so well.
Well, I think you've done you're 12 months wiser.
Yeah.
12 months more of running in your legs, and even that wild.
Yeah.
That one where I was injured and you had to do the whole marathon distance.
Yeah.
You know, your legs, you've clearly got the endurance, so, and if you can just keep at this pace, keep chatting.
I've got some more salt to take and stuff like that, 'cause in Amsterdam, I was speeding up.
Yeah.
Really comfortable, and then it was just cramping both legs.
Yeah.
So I just really want to nail that down. It's so frustrating, it's like a park run to go.
Yeah.
And you know it, and
well, often the cramp, and I appreciate everyone's bodies are different, everyone's training is different, but cramp isn't just because of lack of salt.
Right.
It can be that you're going, and this might sound a bit odd because you don't think you're going too fast, but because you accumulated the fatigue in the 20 miles, just turning the notch up a bit makes them start cramping up. Nothing to do with salt.
Right.
Because I've seen guys who are, running like 5 hours, and they say they were cramping, and then you look at the splits and you think, just too quick. I mean, even some of the lads doing 220s, you cramp up. In fact, the guy, what is it, Running Channel, is it Andy? He cramped a bit and stopped to stretch it out, and then there was another guy where he fell, I think in Berlin, and rested for about 2 minutes, got up, and he was going for sub 3 and finished in 3 hours and like 5 seconds. But I mean, I've felt it on some courses, much shorter distances, and I just have to pull it back. Otherwise, if I keep pushing, I know they'll cramp up. So a lot of it is just listen. But the salts do help. But if it's this temperature, it's not salt.
Right.
Unless, I mean, it depends what diet you're on as well.
I'm quite a sweaty boy though,
Yeah, it depends on the diet, and that's the other thing. Is, as I said, there are exceptions where some individuals do empty out a lot of salt. And that can have a massive effect. But there's these little salt tabs you can get. Have you seen them?
I've got from I can't remember the brand, but I do have some now, like little capsules.
So one of those every hour. And when you come into an aid station, it doesn't have to be in exactly an hour. When you come into a water station, pop it in, drink it, and just carry on.
It's just kind of, because I really thought I'd beaten the mental battle. Like I was at the wall distance. Past that. Passing people. Like, because I started off not really slow. Just like, it was so crowded and congested in Amsterdam. It's kind of badly organised.
It's a bit of a, I've not done it, but I've heard.
So like if you're trying for a, because like you miss your
hello.
You miss your wave. Because it's so hard to actually get into the stadium. Like some old Olympic stadium, not really built.
That's right.
So many people. Easy to miss your wave. Everyone's frustrated. So the first 8k for me was just like, I don't
weaving through people.
And just like not rushing, you know. And then I got to my actual sub 4 pace, like just as a practice. From like 20k onwards, just to give it a go. And I maintained that for 17k, and it was just at 37k. It was. This is without you probably realising it. You probably cranked up just that little bit too much, and because we're fatigued. I mean, the times I've felt cramp is on shorter distances, so the brain's a bit more alert, so I can sense it. But when you're fatigued, and that's where the training can come in, is you probably just went off, and it can be as little as 5 seconds a kilometre quicker, 10 seconds. You know, I've been looking at me what video title to do, and for me to go sub 3 from last year, I've got to take off the time it takes to boil an egg. So when I break it down, it's literally just 4 seconds, 4 seconds per kilometre, which sounds nothing, but over 42 of them, it's a lot. And so I don't know what you think of these titles, but you hear about the fun bus, sub 4 fun bus, and then there's the 220 whatever. But I thought the sub 3 gravy train. What do you think of that? I think I saw you tweet it or something.
I did tweet that. But yeah, I mean, this is you'll pleasantly surprise yourself. So, you know, we're doing about 5:30. So is this sub 4 pace?
Sub 4 will be like 5:39.
Okay, but, so I mean, so we're under sub 4 pace.
So
you're quite chatty. You feel comfortable. So
I'm not very well. I think Andy's giving everyone a cold. I'll stay away from you.
So, you know,
before Amsterdam I did a half marathon at this pace, just to do it, and it felt comfortable.
I mean, I presume you monitor your heart rate. You got a chest heart rate or wrist?
I've got chest and the cold. My wrist one goes a bit wonky.
So, you know, the older heart rate, I mean, obviously there's lots of things in age and stuff, but if it's around, you know, as long as it's below 130, like right now, I don't know, I might be around 120, 130. I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh, there you go, 130. So I know this is, for me, this is super easy, long run pace. And this is the bread and butter. And if I was to blow my own trumpet, winning that British Masters race, this is all I was doing, because I'm still recovering from the Achilles. And the Achilles will only go for 1 or 2 reasons: speed, distance. So I kept my distances regular, and the only speed stuff I do was the progressive runs at park runs. And that was it.
I should say congratulations on that. It's very cool, the little ceremony. It is quite, I mean, it's the first time I've been to a British Masters Championship race, and it's quite an eye-opener, because you've got some real fast kids. I say kids, they're like, because it's 35 and over. And I wish I'd put this on, because by the time the race started, the rain had stopped. And the speed they went off at, considering it's 10 miles, they were running at 5-minute mile pace. And now I know it's club athletes, and I know, you know, marathon runners run quicker than that, but an interesting distance. Like what were you like targeting then? Like,
well, I had a podcast with Cathy McCourt,
right,
who's she's an Irish Masters world champion.
Right.
So when she was on my podcast, she had not a stroke, but she had something similar to a stroke about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Nearly crashed her car, quite debilitating, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I asked her that very same question when she won the world championship. How did you go from not being able to walk, talk and all that,
yeah, to
relearn? She said she set a goal, I can't remember if it was the European or World Championships, which were 12 months away. And it might sound a bit hocus pocus, but your brain starts going, right, how can we repair your body to get you ready for that? So in September, when I was beginning my jogs, because through July and August it was really struggling just to walk, like that, the navigational challenge that we had, remember running around here, collecting the QR codes.
So, yeah.
My Achilles were really in pain during that one, and I was having to walk. I felt really guilty with Abby. In fact, there was a section along here, and I says, Abby, I'm going to have to walk, I can't run. So it was just jog, walk, and they were really hurting, but I didn't push them too hard. But so September, I just thought, well, I got nothing to lose because it's a club event. It was only like 19 quid.
Yeah.
So I thought, even if I'm not fit for it, it'd be good just to go along and see what the atmosphere's like.
Yeah.
So I booked it September with the intention of just turning up, soak up the atmosphere, meet some other Masters runners, and finish off the year really nice.
Yeah.
And then obviously the fitness was improving, the half marathon times were improving, which, as we know, is longer than a 10 miler.
Yeah.
So I felt good enough to, because I always run at what I call me best. So I thought, let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
And just went with it, standard racing technique. Don't look at me watch.
Yeah.
Just see how I feel. And don't go crazy at the start. Although I did go crazy for the first 100 metres. When I turned to this guy, I says, I'm sorry, this is a 10-mile race. He says, yeah. So these guys are going faster than a park run, faster than a 16-minute park run. I'm thinking, no, let's just...
What a nightmare.
Yeah. But I'd say they finished in like 50 minutes. Yeah, so I think the winner was 52 minutes because it's a bit hilly. And then the next guy was around a minute behind. But I was quite impressed. I don't know if you follow Ironman triathlons.
I've recently started watching the Global Triathlon Network.
Yes, yeah. So the current world champion at Kona is Lucy Charles Barkley, female champion. So I met her at London Marathon, and when I finished this race, who was at the finish line on a bike supporting her husband? It was her.
There you go.
So we got chatting and we had a bit of a giggle, and I checked her husband's time, considering he's an Ironman fitter. 62 minutes. So I was only 3 minutes behind him.
All right.
I thought, and obviously he's considerably younger than me. But morning. On these here.
Yes.
Well, I would hope. Well, now it's warmed up a bit. That's the thing with this weather. I mean, earlier in the week, I don't know if you check forecast, but it was predicting -6, -8 this week, but now it's gone down to -3, which is a big difference. But
yeah, I don't think I'm ready for -8.
Yeah. But have you got your races booked, training races?
We got Warwick half.
Yeah.
And then Gaz started Gloucester 10k.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Maybe Wilmslow half to pace my friend.
Yeah.
But otherwise, not really just that.
Right, I need a quick pee. Just Apologies for that intermission break. Right, let's go.
Yeah, heart rate's okay.
So Gloucester 10k.
So Gloucester, that'll just be with Jazz. Her PB is like 117.
Yeah.
She's had issues with her feet and calves, so we're just trying to build her back up. It's really disappointing to her because she wants to be out there. So.
No, it's we have to be patient. If anything I've learnt this year and the year before and the year before that is, you know, patience. Yeah. Literally.
She's doing all the strength and conditioning. I am too. We're not slacking on that this year.
Yeah.
That's my New Year's resolution.
It makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
In fact, I think since I got injured, because my podiatrist was very explicit, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that. So I have been following it, and I think that has helped tremendously. Maybe make up for the time I couldn't do any speed work.
Right.
Bonjour.
Hello again.
Hello.
No, definitely don't want to slack on all that. We've got our yoga with Adrian.
Yeah. Oh yes, online.
Yeah.
Is she still going, Adrian?
She is, man. That must be making some money for her.
Well, she's. I mean, I remember when she was recommended back in 2017. I think I was working on Isle of Man, and one of the guys there, quite an avid cyclist, he was into his yoga. He said, "Oh, you should check out Adrian." But yeah, proper. Really good stuff, and she's obviously got good vibes.
Yeah. No,
so it's all looking good. Have you got any 20 milers booked?
No, but you haven't. You and the crew. You made me sign up for this crew one. Then you bailed on me. No, you didn't bail on me.
Yeah.
What a hellish race that was.
Was that tough?
Oh my god. Tougher than a marathon. You know, like tougher.
Yeah.
The hills. Oh my god. My watch said I was on my last hill.
Yeah.
So I was like, good.
Yeah.
Come down it. Say to the marshal, thank God those hills are over. He goes, oh no, the biggest ones to come.
Still come in,
just relative, like to the elevation.
Yeah.
He nearly killed me off.
Well, if you want to do a flat one, then I don't know if there's any places left because it's sold out last year.
Right.
And it's just down by Gloucester.
Yeah.
It's called the Fission 20.
Right.
So look it up.
Yeah.
Fission 20, as in radiation.
Yeah.
Because the start and finish is at the old power station, nuclear power station.
Right.
And which has been decommissioned. So there is a park run there apparently.
Yeah, I'll remember that. I'll look at it.
Morning, you're right, guys.
Oh,
how you doing?
It was definitely a good distance.
Yeah.
It just ruined me.
Yeah. No, the Fission 20 flat. Hi there. I wouldn't say totally flat, but it's certainly flat. Yeah. You might get a bit of wind because obviously it's in by the river Severn estuary. Yeah. But yeah, do get onto that one. I can't remember which others I've got booked. I think that's me main one. I don't know if I've got the 9 and 20 booked again. Yeah. I've certainly got the Hereford 10, where before the 10 mile I'm doing about, you know, a 10k 15k beforehand.
Right. Yeah.
And then run the 10 mile race after that.
Yeah. Go right if you want.
Okay. But yeah, I knew nothing about that 20 miler though, so and obviously it was one that part of the prep for Berlin, but
yeah. The running brooms pulled out as well. 2 running brooms.
Pulled out of what?
Didn't do that. They were going to do crew as well, but they didn't do it.
Right.
So I was on my own.
Wow.
No, it was an experience. Definitely taught me not to shy away from hills and training.
Yeah.
I often. Yeah. Because my house is like start on top of a hill.
Yeah.
And I just go down and enjoy the flat, you know.
Yeah.
You need the hills, don't you? You know. It's to some extent.
They certainly help. I mean, again, I've seen stuff that say you shouldn't be running up a hill for more than say 30 seconds.
Right.
As hill training specific.
Yeah.
I mean, that Buntingford 10, it was brutally hilly, along with the Turkey Trot.
Yes.
One of the hilliest half marathons you can get on the road. And I don't do hill stuff, but you just get up.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of it is technique.
Yeah.
how you hold your form.
Yeah, I've been looking at
posture,
all that.
And that makes certainly a big difference.
Speaking of which, bit of a hill here.
Yes. And the other thing is psychologically, obviously, you're going to slow down, so not to worry about slowing down, because everyone else is slowing down.
Yeah. I guess I've got Worcester Woods right next to me, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Were you doing that yesterday morning?
Yeah, I did it yesterday, just marathon pace.
Lots of people there?
Yes, like 600 odd.
Wow.
Getting to the point of queuing to cross the finish line. So we need to sort that out. Arrow as well, 2 minutes.
Well, because Pitchcroft's shut, you know, that takes 300, so those 300 people are going to have to go somewhere.
Yeah. You just got some very irritated front runners, like trying to get through on that course.
Yeah.
Arrow Valley's apparently especially bad.
Yeah, because it's 2 loop.
Yeah.
That's the thing with multi-loop course. I mean, at least it went ahead. I mean, you saw one when I was up in Huddersfield.
I know.
Got there, and there's loads of cars all parked up.
Yeah.
Hundreds of runners. I could see them all out warming up. I thought, right, let's get out there. Got to the start area. I said, it's cancelled. I went, oh, great.
That's not what you want.
But thankfully, I hadn't driven, because you know, some parkrun tourists will make a weekend of it.
Yeah. Oh, I went to Eden Project, it was cancelled.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know, you drive up town the night before, or get up at 5 in the morning, go up the motorway, down the motorway, and then you get there.
Yeah.
So now I know which website to check if there's cancellations. But even then, I mean, there's guys I was speaking to at Huddersfield who are locals, and they said they even checked like at 8:30 before they drove up.
Right.
And it's still on then, but you know.
What was the reason for the cancellation?
It just said weather.
Oh, okay.
It was cold.
Right.
Not as cold as we've had it on Pitchcroft, some of the runs. You know, but you have to look after the health and welfare of the volunteers as well. So it's not pleasant standing around for a couple of hours, even if you've got the right gear on. I mean, that one, I think it was around beginning of December, it was -4. And I remember finishing and I couldn't feel my hands. And I'm thinking, well, I've been running at a fair pace. These people have been standing here. And but yeah, this is all to it, mate, you know.
Yeah.
You'll be flying. The key thing is don't get too excited.
I think now that I know it, I'm hoping we'll be a bit better.
Yeah. And you know there's a few lumps at around 13 mile and then at Altrincham.
Yeah.
But once you pass Altrincham and then you're coming down from the uphill bit, you know it's downhill and flat as a pancake.
Yeah. I think it was just I was shell shocked here in the headlights first marathon.
Yeah. It happens to everyone, I think. I've never met anyone who's had a dream first marathon.
No.
I think you would have seen at Valencia, even that Kenyan lad who was one of the favourites completely fell apart in the last, I think, 5 miles. So, you know, one of the fastest half marathon runners in the world, debut marathon. And he didn't look too well at the finish line. I think he needed more than a few salt tablets.
No, marathon is daunting. It is a long way. And once you've like run out of your reserves, so 20 miles.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
No.
Well, that's why it's key. You take gels or blocks or drinks.
I got a gel every 6k, mate.
Yeah. And which ones do you take?
It's just those high five.
Oh yeah, the aqua ones.
Yeah, non-caffeine, then caffeine, non-caffeine, then caffeine.
So the aqua ones, you get them killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You get your energy and you get hydration. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I used to not take quite so many, but I was like bonking on long runs. So.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't know what you've eaten for this, but I've had no breakfast.
Right.
So I just had a big cup of tea, hence the pee and stuff. You know, ginger tea, so not a caffeinated tea.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be easy, but I think you're doing all the right stuff. So
yeah. I'm excited for it all.
Just keep a cool head on the day.
Yeah. Hopefully not too cool. Hopefully it's not too cold. Those start lines can get cold, can't they?
It was cold last year, but it quickly warmed up.
Yeah.
So I think it was about 7 or 8 degrees at the start.
Yeah.
But I remember having to shed my gloves.
Yeah, I think I had arm sleeves. Yeah.
So yeah, what I was going to say is the energy burning bonking depends on the training that you're doing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it can take 12 months, 3 years for your body to adapt.
Yeah.
They call it fat adaptation. So obviously running a marathon is a mix of burning fat and carbs.
Yeah.
So if you're training taking carbs, your body will mainly just burn the carbs. Whereas if you train what they call fasted, but you have to be quite careful with that as well, because it can have other impacts depending on what you eat the night before and stuff.
Right.
But
I've heard of people doing the fasted thing to try and like get used to what it feels like to be running on.
Yeah.
But it does
running
sound
on
quite
empty.
miserable.
Yeah.
It does sound quite miserable.
Well, it depends on your speed.
Yeah.
Like this is around 5:30. I know if I'm going around 5.
Yeah.
After about 10k, I'm going to start feeling a bit. Now he's going at a good clip. I mean, Ruth's doing Manchester